Coming our way next is our soft, sweet moments of Limelight with Masuma. The hostess of this segment is a renowned makeover artist by the name of Mrs. Masuma Papia. She beautifies us, yes. She glorifies us, yes. Then she adds beauty and color to our screen with all sorts of invited guests and artists on her show. If you would like to be showcased on Limelight with Masuma, please call our studios. The number there is 703-932-1905. For now, please join me in welcoming Miss Masuma along with her beautiful guest.
Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to Limelight with Masuma. I'm your hostess, Masuma Papia. Limelight with Masuma is a TV show focused on promoting and highlighting business owners, professionals, upcoming trends, and key social issues. Above all, it's a show about people from different walks of life sharing their experience, their passion, views, and expertise with us. My guest today is an epitome of success, beauty, elegance, and generosity. Her credential is so long that we actually have to air part 2 of her interview in the next show. She is a pro celebrity makeup artist with over 25 years of experience. Her areas of expertise are in the television makeup, special event, red carpet, bridal beauty, and you name it. Anything in the makeup and beauty industry, she has done it. Like that was not enough. She actually holds 2 different titles in the pageant industry. Miss Virginia America 2016 and Mrs. DuPont Circle DC America 2014. I am super duper excited to have her on the show today, especially as a makeup artist. It's my honor to introduce someone like her to our viewers. So please welcome to the show, Marta Bota. Marta, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here today.
Oh gosh, I was just so excited when you said yes to the show. I was like, this got to be my biggest guest. So thank you.
It's my pleasure.
I'm really excited.
My pleasure.
So you and I talked quite a bit, but I'm dying to know this. As a celebrity makeup artist, you've done a lot of famous people's makeup. Can you name a few? Are you allowed to?
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay. I worked for over 20 years for CNN. I used to work on the Larry King Live show, and I would do, was from 1987 to 2006.
You did Larry King's makeup?
I would do Larry King, his guests. I was a freelancer, so I was not their regular full-time makeup artist, but I would go in as a freelance. So I had the opportunity to meet Audrey Hepburn, which which is it's a highlight of my career.
So
she was amazing.
Did you get to do her makeup?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. She was amazing.
Yes.
She was the epitome of an advocate. I mean, she was there talking about her work with UNICEF. She was not only beautiful physically, but she was just such an amazing woman. I've done many first ladies. I've done Nancy Reagan's makeup, Barbara Bush.
And she's gorgeous. Nancy Reagan is gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh my goodness. When you said Audrey Hepburn, I mean, I remember doing my first very big project in high school on her because I've always been a big fan of Audrey Hepburn. I actually have a big picture of her in my studio. So,
well, she's iconic. She's iconic. Even young girls today know who she is. She's a fashion icon.
Yes.
She's a philanthropist. She's an icon in philanthropy. So she was one of my highlights. But I've met so many different iconic Hollywood celebrities, first ladies, musicians. I mean, the list goes on. So
this is so exciting. I mean, I don't always get to meet someone like you who's like seen real world celebrities. So you are one too. But I'm just so excited that I got to meet you. Thank you. I'm so nervous. I can't express my feelings. Now, in the process, you've said that you've worked for a lot of TV networks. CNN is one of them that you've mentioned.
Yes, I've worked for Fox News Channel. I currently work for Comcast, which is part of NBC Universal. So I've always had my hands in the television industry behind the scenes.
Yeah, I can see that. And Comcast do their own shows right now, just like Amazon and so I'm sure that you get to meet a lot of big celebrities there too.
Well, I work for a show that's online.
Gotcha.
So it's more politicians, it's more local people that are involved in government projects.
Well, this area, the DMV area, you do get to meet those kind of celebrities.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I want to know this. You are an entrepreneur. More I'm reading about you, is just so much more there to learn. Can you tell us a little bit about your business and what led you to go down this path? I mean, there's got to be something that's telling you 25 years back, this is what I want to do.
Well, as a child, I was an artist.
Okay.
I would find that art was therapeutic to me. I loved to draw, to paint, to write poetry.
Aww.
My mother was involved in the fashion industry.
Okay.
She grew up in the bridal business. My
Wow.
grandmother
Okay.
had a bridal gown business in Havana, Cuba.
Oh, nice.
So I grew up with a lot
Around
of
that.
fashion magazines always on my coffee table, and I would open them up and look at the pictures, and I was always fascinated with the makeup in the photos.
Yeah.
My mother would be looking at the clothing, I'd be looking at the makeup. And I would take my mom's makeup, go in my room, in the bathroom, and try it on and wash it off, of course, before I came out. But as I got older, you know, I was scouted for modeling, and I did a little bit of it, but what I found fascinating, I grew up in New York City.
Okay.
So what I found fascinating was what took place behind the scenes to create this beautiful image
Yes.
that we see
Right.
online or in a magazine. And so I got more involved with the behind the scenes. So I kind of transitioned from modeling to makeup artist.
To your artistry, yeah. Because
And-
there's a lot of work go behind the screen that
Right.
people don't get to see, and for me that's fun because that's what I enjoy doing. So I know exactly what you're talking about. So this was a little makeup artist in the making growing up, I guess.
Right. I mean, it was not something that I planned or even thought about. It just kind of
It was in your-
evolved in my life. And I started out doing makeup for fashion in New York, for fashion shows, for
Oh, wow.
editorial.
Yes.
Then I met people in the business, in the industry. I met someone who taught me special effects makeup for TV and film. And so I decided to start doing it the old-fashioned way, knocking on doors. And I knew that CNN was a brand new network. It was in the 80s, so
Oh, my
that's going to age
goodness.
me. And
No.
I knocked on the doors and I
Look at her.
contacted but I contacted their human resource person
Okay.
for about 2 years. I was very persistent, and they finally hired me freelance.
Oh, wow.
And within 6 months, I was a staff employee of the New York Bureau. I had gotten
Nice.
married, moved to DC, and then from DC, once I moved here in 1991, I just decided to freelance because I wanted to start a family. So freelance makeup artistry has been great to me. I've been able to work in a lot of different industries, from fashion photography to
Sure.
headshot work to television to I'm big in beauty pageants right now.
Well,
so
we'll
it's
talk
been
about
amazing.
that. I mean, in this way, you get to make your own schedule, which is the
I
best
do.
part, isn't it? Especially if you're raising a family, so can't be
Absolutely.
easy.
Absolutely. But what I was going to say
Yeah.
is the name of my company is MB Face Design and
Okay.
Body Glow. I just added organic airbrush spray tanning
Okay.
to my business. So.
Okay. We talked about this briefly the other day. So you kind of revamped your name of your, or I should say your company.
Yes.
Where you've added, because I wanted to talk about special effect makeup because I'm just like fascinated by it, but I couldn't do it. It's just not my cup of tea, but I know the hard work goes behind it, so that's not easy. So now you do a lot of skincare. You do a whole health. Refresh my memory because I'm trying to see.
Well, I do makeup application.
Okay.
I know a lot about skincare from my
Okay.
own personal
Oh,
experience,
okay,
but
okay.
I'm not an esthetician. I'm
Okay.
a makeup artist, so I do
Gotcha.
makeup applications for
Gotcha.
special events,
Gotcha.
for television. I do makeup lessons. I teach
Yeah.
makeup lessons.
Okay, so maybe that's what I wanted to. So you do
Yes.
special effect lessons and things like that. Oh, that's awesome.
Yes, and I offer on-site as
Okay.
well as in-studio. I have my own studio in Arlington, so I
Right.
offer in-studio and on-site.
Nice.
So it's been great.
Well, I have to go to your studio. Okay, so Marta, I want to talk about something very exciting. So you got involved with pageantry. What piqued your interest? How did you go down that path? Like, it's got to be something that told you, I think I want to run for some kind of a title here, and you won.
Well, you know, I was scouted as a very young woman in my late teens, early 20s to run for a big pageant, the USA system, Miss USA, and I was not interested. I was always a behind the scenes, kind of shy
So you were already
person.
doing makeup for the contestants?
Well,
okay.
no. I was not doing makeup at that point for the
okay.
contestants.
Okay.
I was just, I knew somebody in the industry,
Gotcha.
and they'd really were pushing me to get involved with
yeah.
pageantry, and I just didn't have the interest in it at
Yeah.
the time. So my life went on, and about 5 years ago, I was in a situation where I was networking for my makeup business at a pageant event, hoping to get to meet some of the contestants for my business. And the director of the pageant, Mrs. DC America, the Mrs. DC America pageant system, the director, Raquel Riley Thomas, she had come over and she said, "Have you done pageantry before?" And I said, "No." She was really interested in getting me involved. And I said, "No, I'm really very behind the scenes type of person. It's not my thing." And she pointed out to me that wearing a sash and crown could really help me with advocacy. And she just piqued my interest with my philanthropy work. I've always been a philanthropist. I've always been involved in different organizations and different kinds of community service. So I thought about it and I decided to go for it. So I ran for Mrs. DC America in 2014. I hold the title of Mrs. DuPont Circle. And then when I came in as a runner-up, when I did not win the pageant, I just went on about my life, and then another pageant system, I decided to try that out. So I was not finished with my philanthropy work, so I decided to do that, and I received the crown and title of Ms. Virginia. Went off to Ms. America in 2016. I did not win the Ms. America title, but I continued my reign as Ms. Virginia. So
all of that really started with you being such a nice person. your charity, because that's what really intrigued your interest, right?
That's what intrigued me, and it's amazing because I've done philanthropy work. I've been involved in community service my entire life since I'm a young person. And it was in the year that I was Miss Virginia that I received so much attention for it.
Because people are listening to you.
People are listening. You've got a sash and crown, you're going to events, and people are attracted to that. And it made me realize the power of the sash and crown.
Yeah. So. And it's interesting you said that, because I really didn't know how this works until I started doing makeup, and I've done like a couple of contestants, and these are local pageants, and I saw the discipline, like all the hard work that goes behind it. It is not an easy thing to run for something like that. So
it's not. I mean, you have to be so well-rounded. You have to be physically fit. You know, there's there's the actual pageant stage performance that, you know, the night that you're actually competing. You've got to be, you know, have a beautiful gown. You have to look great. You need to be physically fit. You need to really be actively working and involved in your platform, your particular platform. So it's a lot of work, and besides all of that, you've got your career, your business, your family, and your life. So you have to really learn to manage your time very well.
Makes sense. That makes sense. So Marta, we briefly talked about beauty, but it's such a broad topic to discuss, especially for me. It holds a special place in my heart because I'm a makeup artist. How do you define beauty? I want to hear from you, because you hold two titles, and for you, beauty, I'm assuming, is a totally different definition than how I look at it, probably. So I want to hear from you. What is beauty to you?
Beauty to me, I mean, beauty is always in the eye of the beholder, and I think, you know, culturally, every culture, every region has a different ideal of what beauty is. To me personally, it's about exuding confidence, feeling good in your own skin, and how you feel about yourself, how you treat others. So it is more than skin deep. You can see the most beautiful woman or man, and if they don't have a great soul or disposition, it ends up detracting from their looks. So it's really the whole package. It's about, you know, radiating from the inside out.
Oh my God, that's such a nice way to look at it. But you're absolutely right. Someone with a good attitude, even if they're not the most prettiest person look-wise out there, you still feel like they're beautiful.
Absolutely. Confidence plays a big role in that. You know, how you wear something, how you feel about yourself, what you exude when you walk in a room. Confidence is really an important part of looking good.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to use that. That's a very good answer.
Well, that's good.
And okay, so I consider you a role model for me. So I want to hear from you, though. Do you portray yourself as a role model? Because you work with so many kids out there. I want to hear you. How do you hold yourself out there to show them, look, you could do this too? Because again, I want to stress, this is not an easy thing to go through pageant, to go through, establish yourself as a makeup artist in such a saturated field. So I think it would be helpful for young people out there to hear what is a role model to you? You know, again, you are my role model. I've already,
Thank you.
yeah.
You're so sweet. Thank you. Well, you know, it is so important to have role models, and to me, especially as I go on in my life, it's important for me now to be a role model. I have a lot of experience behind me in the makeup field, and I'm always happy to pay it forward to teach up-and-coming artists about business sense, about how to be a good makeup artist, about the things that go with that.
Sure.
I also feel, you know, I learned Audrey Hepburn was my role model, and probably so many other women's role models.
She is.
Because she was beautiful, she had class, she was eloquent, and she was a philanthropist.
Yes.
So she was a very well-rounded woman. So I feel that I learned so much from her. I learned so much from my mother. And it's my responsibility to be that to the next up-and-coming generations.
Sure, and it's good to surround yourself with people like that who can lift you up in a way. Oh my goodness, we're so out of time today, but we're doing, you're doing my next show because I'm going to talk about your charity work. So you're staying back, so much to talk about. So stay tuned for my next episode where Marta will share some of her wonderful advocacy work she's involved in. That brings us to end of this episode. I hope you liked this segment. If you enjoyed this episode and would like to see more related topics, please call us at 703-646-0098 or email me at limelightwithmasuma@gmail.com. So until we meet again, stay happy, stay healthy, and enjoy life. Thank you.